I'm Susan. I'm a pastor on Cape Cod at Pilgrim Church in Harwichport. And today I want to talk about decency. A lot of people overlook decency, and yet I think it's at the essence of all our striving for justice and our hope to make a difference in the world. At the holidays, sometimes it's easy to forget how important decency can be. I heard a story recently about a member of my church who's a grandmother, and her granddaughter is an impressive young woman. She earned a Fulbright scholarship and went to the Far East to teach school in Malaysia for 2 years. When she came back, she got a job at a charter school in an inner city neighborhood in Boston. It's a tough neighborhood, and she really liked the work. When her grandmother went to her and said, "What would you like for Christmas?" This young woman said, "Grandma, what I want most is for you to make a contribution to a homeless shelter here in Boston. One of my students lives there, and I think it'll make a difference in her life if you'd make a gift to that place." When I heard the story, I was stunned, really, at what a simple and profoundly kind idea that was. Decency. Decency really does make a difference, doesn't it? It changes everything. Decency is the ability to be human with each other. It's the ability to see one another as children of the same God. I think in the end, it's decency that will prove to be the life jacket when the ships of state start to take on water. It's decency that'll make a difference. A lot's been written this month about the 41st president, George Herbert Walker Bush. But the best article that I read was written by Maureen Dowd. She was a New York Times reporter stationed at the White House while he was president. And in many ways, they didn't have a whole lot in common. She didn't always appreciate his policies. She came from a working class background where he was from patrician parents. But she wrote about him in a way that was profound and touching last week when she talked about how he reached across the things that might have divided them with a humanity that was just so kind. He wrote this wonderful note to her when her mother died and said, "The heck with politics. This is about being human with one another." One time he wrote a letter that she will keep forever, and it sort of sums up his decency. He says, "I reserve the right to whine about your reporting, but if you ever get really hurt, or if you ever need a friend, or if you're ever really down and need a shoulder to lean on, I'll be there for you. You can count on me. I won't let you down. No, now go out and knock my knickers off, and I'll just cancel my subscription to the New York Times." Decency, his kind of decency, was so sweet and unusual for a person with that much power that it changed everything for her, and it made the world a better place. Let's not underestimate the power of decency.